The questions you ask yourself determine the life that you will live. Our current situations are a reflection of our questions that we've asked ourselves up until this point. And our future self, a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, will be based upon the questions we ask ourselves now. So how important are the questions that we ask ourselves today? I'd say very important. So I've stated this before, and a lot of people have come back to me saying, Tom, what questions do I ask? How do I have this communication with myself? And I've expressed it numerous times that through the power of your journal and your entries that you write in your journal, you can have that conversation with yourself. Ask yourself proper questions that can get you from here to where you want to be. Physically, financially, relationships, all aspects of your life. And to some people that helps them get started, and others I will say, well, start with questions that begin with these words. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. So if you have a point in your life that you want to improve upon, or an aspect of your life you want to improve upon, you can begin by asking questions that revolve around those starting lead-in words. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. And to go a step further, there are books. This one here in particular, the Book of Questions, I just picked up yesterday while in Barnes & Noble, and it's got some great questions. And it's funny because they're random, they're all over the map, but it gets your mind thinking about some questions that I pretty much guarantee you would never think to ask yourself. And there's some good ones in here. So if you're having some trouble trying to figure out what questions to ask yourself, and I was laughing, there's a couple, there's questions that, have you had satisfying sex within the last 3 months? I'm waiting. So that's question 133 in this book. There's a lot of good ones in here. Question 135. Which would you prefer? A wild, turbulent life filled with joy, sorrow, passion, and adventure, intoxicating successes and stunning setbacks, or a happy, secure, predictable life surrounded by friends and family without such wide swings of fortune and mood? I think I've lived the previous, the earlier mention of that. I've had a wild, turbulent life filled with joy, sorrow, passion, and adventure, with intoxicating successes and stunning setbacks. And I'll tell you what, that is the route I would choose. I wouldn't want it any other way. And then it goes back to question 131. If 100 people your age were chosen at random, how many do you think you'd find leading a more satisfying life than yours? Not to be egotistical, but probably 0. And I say that with all the setbacks and challenges and all the craziness that I go with, because I just have this joy to be, this make the most of every moment that I think you've seen through this video series that we've shared. But I know highly successful people, and they're happy and they're fulfilled. But I don't know. I just feel that a lot of people, I wish, could experience life and the happiness and the joy that I experience on a regular basis. So with that, ask yourself proper questions. If you're having some difficulties and you want to have some fun, I would recommend go get this Book of Questions. It's pretty fun to sit down for a few minutes and flip through the pages and see all sorts of wacky questions. So until then, prepare your questions for this week to maximize your resourcefulness, your productivity, your joy, your happiness, your health, your finances, and your relationships. Until tomorrow, make today great.